Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, we have a summoning event kicking off tomorrow for Sacred Shards. It is an extra legendary event for Sacred Shards. What does that mean? What it means is you do not have any better chance to pull a legendary. It will remain at 6%. But if you do get a legendary, you will get a second one that is different from the first one for free. So that's nice. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is probably the worst summoning event in the game. At the very least, it is one of the worst, pretty much without question. The problem with this, and the funny thing is, I actually think the extra legendary event from Ancient Shards is the best, or one of the best summoning events. Why is the Sacred Shard one so bad? And it all comes down to your mercy system. As with any 10x event or any of or these extra legendary events, the key is that you must trigger a legendary pull for this to be valuable. Like if you pull a bunch of shards and you get a bunch of epics, this event was an entire waste. And the problem is that the mercy system for legendaries, for Sacred Shards, is so insanely bad that it's just not really something you can play around. Now, if you've pulled, let's say, 15 or more shards, like 20 shards and no legendary, you might take a risk. But for anyone that's not, I really think it's something like that. You have to have pulled 20 Sacred Shards and no legendary for this to even become something that is worth considering to risk, worth thinking about. It's just not valuable. Whereas with the Ancient Shards, it's not uncommon to go, close to 200 with no legendary, and you can go, oh, well, I'm at, let's say I'm at 120 shards in since I got a legendary from Ancient Shards. If I pull 100 shards, I know for a fact, 100% sure that by 100 shards more, i.e. 220 plus 100%, I will get a legendary with 100 shards, and then it can become absolutely worth it, especially if it's less than that. If you're going, wow, I pull 50 shards, I'll hit a legendary and I can get double, it's an amazing deal. It's just not really worth it with Sacred Shards. On top of that, of course, I think that Ancient Shards also have the benefit that you can buy them with your gems, so you can earn gems. You earn quite a lot of Ancient Shards, and then it's a pretty good way to save up for guaranteed events. And then if your mercy lines up well to go for these double events, that's pretty darn good. And yeah, you can buy them with gems, and buying gems with the daily gem pack's not a bad deal. Like that's the best deal in the game, for example. Buying Sacred Shards is nearly always, 99.9% of the time, a terrible way to spend your money. Just give it a charity instead. Thanks very much, guys. Let's do that instead of buying Sacred Shards. This is just a bad deal. And on top of that as well, we have the Fusion kicking off on December 15th. That is in 3 days, guys. That's on Thursday. This fusion is going to be kicking off, and it's a traditional fusion, as we can see here. What summoning event will we have this coming weekend? Well, I'm not entirely sure, because the weekend just gone, we had this Heroes Path event, which is a bit strange because, well, it was supposed to be this last weekend. It was supposed to be a 2x from Sacred Shards, a champion chase. We had a 2x event for Sacred Shard, but it was a summon rush. I think most likely we're going to have a summon rush this weekend during the fusion. Most likely it's a summon rush to start it off, and then a champion chase over Christmas, but I'm not entirely sure, right? I've been very sure for nearly all the other ones because it goes by a set pattern, but considering that it's going to fall over Christmas weekend, who the heck knows what's going to happen? I'm expecting, for example, there to be shard events for every type of shard over the Christmas weekend. So we'll see. I would highly recommend saving as many shards as you can for this fusion so you can see what the summoning events are. I think he looks great, so I would be saving my shards for that. There's going to be plenty of great things to pull shards for over Christmas. Trust me, you don't need to pull a bunch of shards to get nothing, or to pull a bunch of shards to get a random legendary that may not even be useful, and then you're missing out on the Christmas fusion. You're missing out on shard events over Christmas. There could be a guaranteed event I mean, bear that in mind. The guaranteed sacred champions, the last one was Elva, 20 shards. It was very, very high number of sacred shards required. But these sacred guaranteed champions are nearly always extremely good champions, extremely good. So in my opinion, that is what you should do. Do not buy any sacred shards. Save them, save them, save them, and pull them for guaranteed events and use them to help you complete fusions. That is my advice, as pretty much always. So there you go. That's what I think. Let me know what you think, guys. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.